Hey, hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you another Bronze to Masters League Series game. Today we're going to be looking at a PvT here on King Sejuan Station, and this is going to be game number 1 for this season. Should be a good one. We have a new map. Actually, I have not played this on the Zerg account yet, so this is a new map entirely. We had an interesting little game. So I get into the game. I think I said good luck, have fun. Oop, game. Yes, I did say good luck, have fun. Nice little game heart funness. And he's like, toss equals hard mode. And I'm like, well, I'm in my placement match. I don't know what else to say. So have a nice little conversation with him. He's not too happy about me being tossed. But anyways, so today we're going to be looking at a build that's a little bit on the different side. It was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, he says that toss is hard mode, which means I'm sitting here thinking, well, he might cheese, and, you know, I just am very paranoid about cheese. What can I say? So we're going to be doing relatively normal opening, very similar to what I've done in the past. Going to go for that 13 gateway scout right after it, and then do a little scout dance around, make sure that we don't have any proxy Rexes in our base or anything like that, and basically just continue on as normal. So, with that, yeah, me not equal hard mode for those of you who know how to code. So, a couple things. I hope some of you got to tune in to the NDG Invitational that was this morning, or what will be actually the morning that I'm releasing this video. It should also be going on that morning. We went from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so my guess is we'll probably have similar times tomorrow or today if you're watching this. So feel free to come and check me out. I will be casting with Tempo StarCraft. For those of you who don't know, he's the guy who does the When I'm Grandmaster song, probably from about a year or two ago. So pretty cool guy. So come check us out there. We've got some pretty good games. Very notable players right now. Innovation, we've got playing Bly, I think is the first round. And then I know we've got Jachki, as well as a handful of other really notable players. So feel free to come check me out there on the No Dice TV stream. I will go ahead and leave that link in the description with all the details on that. So feel free to check that out. Anyways, so we're going to be doing, like I said, something pretty normal. Going to be getting our second assimilator up as well as our pylons, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my stalker out because we're going to be doing a little bit of scouting. And the stalker is basically just in case he tries to do some super rush or anything. So Probe is going to get in here, and we're going to get a pretty good idea of what he's doing. We see the factory, really early factory, I might add, and the reactor on the barracks. So he's going to be going for potentially a little bit of aggression. We aren't 100% sure at this point, but we don't see a starport yet, which means there is some potential. And actually, I believe we do see the Hellion, which is quite, maybe not quite. Actually, he's going to go ahead and send the Hellion straight across the map, and we are going to have to get up some defenses to deal with it. Now, at this point, I'm kind of like, well, there's potential he's going to do Widow Mines. I'm going to go ahead and throw down a robotics facility, and then Chrono Boost out the Sentry in order to mitigate any potential issue with units getting in, and wha-bam, force field goes down, and we actually keep him out of our base, which is quite nice. So he doesn't get a good scout off on what we're doing, and we're feeling pretty good about where we're at. Now, normally I would say that it's better to go ahead and do an early expand type build, but I'm feeling okay being a little bit more passive just because I'm not really sure what to expect coming out of him. So he does go ahead and scan, and we're kind of wondering, okay, from this scan, he obviously knows we're going for our robotics facility. How is he gonna react to that? And see, he's got a little bit of mishaps here in his main base, which is unfortunate for him. But I'm gonna be going ahead and planning down our expansion, and then we're also gonna go ahead. I don't usually play with Warp Prism a whole lot, but I thought it might be a good idea just to do a little bit of harassment, potentially get some damage done. So we're going to go ahead and get that out while we're getting up our expansion and getting things rolling in that regard. And yeah, at this point, we're just feeling really, really good about how things are going. Now, let's talk about the map a little bit. So this map is kind of an interesting one. You've got a one force field ramp, which pretty standard for most StarCraft 2 maps. And then you've got a very, very large ramp going into your natural, as well as kind of this smaller backdoor ramp. So this could potentially be an issue for really early aggression if your opponent comes and knocks these down. Obviously, makes you have to deal with attacks at both fronts. So can potentially be an issue, but quite honestly, in all the games that I casted today, I don't think I saw this get taken out maybe once or twice. Really, not often. Because a lot of times you just get into these games where most of the engagements happen in kind of this area right here, just outside the natural. So, gonna go ahead and do a couple warp-ins for some zealots. Get a little bit of harassment done. Gonna try and get as many SCV kills as possible. You know, overall, even though we don't get a whole lot of kills done, we do manage to minimize the amount of mining that he's doing. We come in, we see that, hey, he's got a command center, so we're feeling pretty good that we're ahead. You know, our command center's done, it's already down, we're starting to get our probes out, and we haven't seen a whole lot of units out of him. So, Warp Prism's going to chill out and wait for some opportunity to go in and maybe get a little bit more damage, and we're going to just keep on chrono boosting our units. So, back to the conversation about the map. So after you've expanded, you have kind of your option of taking a third base. Obviously, there's this nice tucked third base down here, which has kind of two areas of entrance. It's fairly easy to take because you're kind of expanding behind, and most of the engagements are going to happen in, like I said, in kind of this area. So going to drop his natural, get a little bit more damage done. And, you know, now we kind of see, okay, he's going for a marine tank with a handful of Hellions composition. Not really seeing something that's super consistent. So we're feeling pretty good about where we're at. We're starting to get out Immortals. And I think, where is that Immortal? Oh, I guess that is our first Immortal. Anyways, but yeah, so third base is pretty easy to take. No real big issues with that. And then obviously, as you get later into the game, you can kill down these back rocks, take this as a fourth base, and then you also have the potential of taking this fourth base here, which, quite honestly, I haven't seen too many games get to that point in the game. But sometimes you will see a Zerg player go ahead and take that type of avenue. So, warping in a handful more Zealots to do a little bit more harassment just to kind of see how much damage we can get done. I mean, you know, looking at the units, last tab, we've killed a handful of SCVs, nothing too terribly much. 4 workers total so far, maybe a 5th, there we go. And yeah, so overall we're feeling pretty good. And, you know, we feel like, you know, at this point I was just like, okay, well, he's not really getting a giant army, and I guess I can just go ahead and get upgrades. So I go ahead and plant down Double Forge as well as get my speed up, or my speed upgrade, my charge upgrade, because charge is pretty good in this matchup, in my opinion. And since he's going to be primarily defending his front here, we're just going to go ahead and push down these back rocks and basically just walk in. You know, with the Immortal in our composition and overall you know, we've just kind of outplayed him, per se. Now, like I said, we're still in Gold League, so it's not that big of, well, I guess this is technically placement match. But we send our observer in to get an idea of what's going on. Unfortunately, he's got a Raven, so that's going to get taken out. And yeah, so with us pushing in here, our main focus is going to be to take out the tanks and get as much damage done as possible. First tank will go down really, really rapidly. I do some force fielding for the heck of it. I don't know why. And basically going to be focusing down the second tank, and that is more or less the end of this story. So he's going to evacuate the natural, and we're basically going to be able to walk in here, and he's not really going to be able to do anything because, you know, he's got a handful of Hellions trying to do a little counterattack, but that really isn't going to get a whole lot done simply because Hellions with not really a lot of micro or anything, they're just they can't do anything. So he is going to go ahead and leave the game, and we are going to get placed into Gold League once again for this season. So just to give you guys a timeline and goals that I'm shooting for, I'm hoping to hit Platinum by June-ish, July timeframe. The theory is by the time my Masters course is done, I want to be at Platinum so I can kind of rush to Masters over the summer and hopefully finish out the Bronze Masters League Series for Protoss. It's been almost a little over a year, not as quickly as I wanted it to be, simply because all the changes with the way that the ladder places people and things like that. But I think overall it's okay because we started out in Platinum and then didn't really have any of the experience of the lower league. So this is getting a really good idea of, okay, here's some things that you might want to think about when playing the lower league. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. So yeah, if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to check out some of my other content on my channel. I've got more Bronze Masters League Series games for Protoss as well as for Zerg, so feel free to check those out if you are not a Protoss player. Also, if you would like to keep in touch with things here on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscriber button down in the lower left-hand corner. It's greatly appreciated. And also, if you did enjoy, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you got friends who are learning Protoss, go ahead and share with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, feel free to check me out on No Dice TV tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, I will be casting there Saturday as well, so feel free to check me out then as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next game.